They said it was impossible, but Africa proved them wrong. The story of Ethiopia's mega dam. They said it was impossible. They said Ethiopia could never build a dam powerful enough to control the mighty Nile. They said only foreign powers could finance such a project. But Ethiopia said, "Watch us." Today, standing tall on the Blue Nile is one of Africa's proudest achievements, the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, the largest hydroelectric project in Africa, and a symbol of what happens when a nation dares to dream. Before you scroll away, stay with us, because this story isn't just about concrete and turbines. It's about African pride, self-reliance, and a vision that shook the world. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because today we're witnessing how Ethiopia proved the world wrong. Chapter 1. The Dream That Shook the Nile. For centuries, the Nile River flowed north, feeding Egypt, Sudan, and beyond. But for Ethiopia, the source of the Blue Nile, it brought little benefit. Generations watched as their fertile highlands gave birth to a river that powered other nations' economies. Then in 2011, Ethiopia made a bold announcement. They would build a massive dam on the Blue Nile, a dam so large it could power the entire country and even export electricity to neighbors. The world laughed. Experts said Ethiopia lacked the money, the technology, and the international support. But Ethiopians didn't back down. When foreign investors refused to fund the project due to political pressure, Ethiopia turned to its own people. Civil servants donated a month's salary. Farmers contributed. Even taxi drivers bought bonds. This was more than a project. It was a national mission. Chapter 2. Building the Impossible. Construction began in 2011 in Benishangul Gumuz, near the Sudanese border. The plan, a dam 1.8 kilometers long, 145 meters high, with a power capacity of over 6,000 megawatts. That's more than enough to light up half of East Africa. Without major international contractors, Ethiopia partnered with its own engineers and regional allies. Every block of cement, every turbine installed became a symbol of defiance. Challenges came: delays, funding issues, and political tensions. Egypt, which relies heavily on the Nile, warned that the dam could threaten its water supply. The controversy made global headlines. But through it all, Ethiopia kept building. Rain or shine, with limited resources but endless determination, the people stood behind their dream, and step by step, the impossible began to rise. Chapter 3. Powering a New Africa. Fast forward to 2022, the first turbines came alive. The dam began producing electricity, sending power to homes, factories, and schools across Ethiopia. For millions, it wasn't just electricity, it was hope. Hope that Africa can design, fund, and build its own mega projects. Hope that poverty is not destiny. Hope that the future belongs to those who believe. The Renaissance Dam now stands as a symbol of African unity and resilience, a message to the world that when Africa stands together, nothing is truly impossible. Chapter 4. Lessons Beyond the Nile. The GERD story is more than Ethiopia's success. It's a blueprint for African nations. It shows that Africa can fund its own projects, use local expertise, push back against international pressure, and prove that impossible is just another word for we haven't done it yet. They said it was impossible, but Ethiopia built the impossible. And in doing so, the nation didn't just harness the power of the Nile, it harnessed the power of belief, unity, and the African spirit. If this story inspires you, hit the like button, share it with someone who still doubts Africa's potential, and subscribe to Afri Facts for more stories that prove Africa isn't behind, Africa is rising.